In the heart of Yoruba land, there was a small village named Ayedun. It was a simple village with green farmlands, clear rivers, and kind people. But there was one man who stood out, a weaver named Ajani. Ajani wasn't like other weavers. His hands danced across the loom as if enchanted, creating clothes so beautiful that they seemed to shine even without the light of the sun. But Ajani had a secret. He was able to weave golden silk so soft that it felt like the morning mist, and so bright that it glowed like moonlight. The people of Ayedun had no idea how he did it. They only knew that his clothes were a gift, and many believed he was blessed by Orunmila, the god of wisdom. One evening, as Ajani sat in his quiet hut, working on a new piece, a strange voice whispered in his ear, "Ajani, you are chosen, but beware, secrets come at a price." Startled, Ajani looked around, but there was no one there. The shadows in his hut seemed to ripple as if they held life. His heart raced, but he kept his secrets close and decided to tell no one about the voice. A few days later, a stranger came to Ayedun. He wore a cloak that covered his face and carried a staff carved with strange symbols. His name was Babatunde, and he claimed to be a trader, traveling from village to village. But there was something unsettling about him. Babatunde's eyes lingered on Ajani's weaving hut, and soon whispered filled the village. "Did you see the way he looked at Ajani's clothes?" One elder murmured. "He looks like a hungry lion." Babatunde approached Ajani, asking to see his clothes. Ajani, ever the hospitable one, invited him in. As Babatunde laid eyes on the golden silk, his eyes widened with a mix of awe and greed. "This silk, it's unlike anything I've ever seen," Babatunde whispered. "Where did you learn to make it?" Ajani forced a smile, his heart pounding. "It is a gift, passed down from my ancestors," he lied. But Babatunde's gaze did not soften. "Gifts can bring both fortune and curse," Babatunde said with a smirk. "Perhaps you should be careful with such treasures." The stranger left, but Ajani felt a chill that did not fade. That night, Ajani lay awake, his mind troubled by Babatunde's words. He decided to visit the wise woman, Iya Onyi, who lived on the edge of the village. She was known for her knowledge of herbs and charms, and was said to speak with the spirits. "Iya Onyi, I fear a curse follows my sick," Ajani confessed. Iya Onyi peered at him with wise eyes, wrinkled eyes. "Tell me, Ajani, where does this sick come from?" Reluctantly, Ajani explained. Long ago, he had found a small cocoon in the forest. It was golden and glowed under the moonlight. When he took it home, he found that the thread inside could be woven into a beautiful silk. But since then, strange things had begun to happen. Voices in the night, shadows that seemed to move. "This cocoon was no ordinary gift, Ajani," Iya Onyi warned. "It is from the Ayaba Enyi, the queen of the spirits. She gives gifts only to test the worthiness of men. If you are not careful, your life may become her game." Ajani's heart sank, but he couldn't give up the sick. It was his life's work, his pride. "Be careful, Ajani," Iya said, pressing a charm into his hand. "This will protect you, but only if your heart remains pure." Days passed, and Ajani's fame spread beyond Ayedun. People from distant villages came to buy his golden stick, bringing him wealth. But the more Ajani earned, the more he wanted. The words of Iya faded from his mind, and his heart grew greedy. One day, Babatunde returned, this time with an offer. "Ajani, if you sell me all your sick, I will make you a wealthy man. Imagine the riches, the respect." Ajani hesitated, feeling a pull in his heart. But his greed whispered louder than his conscience, and he agreed to sell Babatunde his silk. As he handed over the silk, Babatunde smiled, a cunning glint in his eyes. "Thank you, Ajani. May you live with your choices." His voice was mocking, and for the first time, Ajani felt a prick of regret. But it was too late. Soon after, strange things began happening in Ayedun. Crops failed, rivers dried, and sickness spread. The villagers grew restless, blaming Ajani for the misfortune. "You brought this upon us with your cursed sick," one elder accused. Fearfully and desperate, Ajani returned to Iya Oyin. She looked at him sadly. "You have betrayed the gift, Ajani. The Queen of the Spirits does not forgive greed." "What can I do?" Ajani begged. "I will do anything to make things right." Iya sighed. "To undo the curse, you must find the Queen herself and beg for mercy. But beware, Ajani. She does not show kindness easily." With heavy heart, Ajani set off into the forest, alone and afraid. The forest was dark and silent, the trees twisted as if watching him. As Ajani ventured deeper, he felt eyes on him, whispers brushing against his ears. His mind was filled with memories, moments of greed, of pride, of his betrayal. Finally, he reached a clearing where a figure stood. A tall woman, cloaked in darkness, her skin gleaming like the golden silk. "I am the Ayaba Eyin," she said, her voice soft yet powerful. "Why do you seek me?" Ajani fell to his knees. "I have come to beg for forgiveness. My greed has caused my village. Please, take back your gift. Free us from this suffering." The Queen of the Spirits laughed, a sound that echoed through the forest. "Why should I forgive you, Ajani? You took what was sacred and made it selfish." Tears filled Ajani's eyes. "I am sorry. I will give anything to undo my mistake." The Queen's gaze softened, but her voice remained cold. "There is only one way, Ajani. You must weave one last cloth, but this time you must weave it with your own spirit. Only then will the curse be lifted." Ajani returned to his hut, weakened but determined. He set up his loom, feeling as though his life hung by a thread. As he began weaving, he felt his energy drain, his soul pouring into the silk. Each thread glowed brighter and brighter until it was almost blinding. Days passed, but Ajani did not stop. He worked tirelessly, weaving every ounce of life, every regret, and every hope into the cloth. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the cloth was complete. It shimmered like the stars, radiating a light that filled the entire village. With the last of his strength, Ajani took the cloth to the center of Ayedun and dropped it over the ground. The cores broke, the rivers flowed, the crops grew, and the sickness faded. But Ajani was gone. The people of Ayedun mourned Ajani, their weaver, who sacrificed everything to save them. They buried the golden clothes in the center of the village, and it was said that the spirit of Ajani watched over Ayedun from that day forward. The story of Ajani the weaver with the golden silk spread across Yoruba land, a tale of talent, greed, and redemption. It was a reminder to all who heard it that gifts from the spirits must be respected, for they come with great power and even greater consequences. And on quiet nights, villagers claimed to hear the soft hum of a loom, as if Ajani wove his story into the stars.